welcome to Bruce Stadium for this Winfield Cup. Round 8 clash between Canberra and Balmain, a rematch of the 1989 Grand Final. And might I, on behalf of the Channel 10 crew, wish all the mothers a very happy day.
And Mal Meninga comes out leading the Canberra Raiders for the second part of the split round 8. And the Canberra lineup: Belcher at fullback, Martin, Meninga, Daly, Ferguson, O'Sullivan, Stewart, Clyde, Coyne, Lance, Lazarus, Walters, Todd. 8 players backing up from Wednesday's State of Origin.
Benny Elias will lead this Balmain side out, trying to turn around the grand final last year. Jack, Grant, McCann, Brasher, O'Brien, Neil Freeman, Hardwick, Elias, Siren and Maguire. Benny Elias in the hooking role and Roach up front. Bill Harrigan, listening to a massive chant, will control this match. The Raiders, they're saying they want the Premiers to produce their best in this replay. The grand finalists of '89 did do battle. They just wait that ball to fall into open space. Brasher, straight into Clyde. These forwards will sort each other out. Plenty to pay each other back for 1989. Jack. Grant, under a tackle from Lance. The crowd record currently stands at 22,303. That looks like being busted today. And that was set, of course, in the first match here against St George this season. Elias can't get his kick in. Maguire does. Will fall for Belcher. Away from Hardwick. He did well to chase. Meninga. Stewart. O'Sullivan. Taken by McCann. Todd. Got it away from Martin. Sheridan comes across in cover to assist O'Brien. Lance. Straight into Steve Roach.
Needs to watch his elbow. He had his elbow cocked then. Went straight into the face of Roach.
Stewart. The Tigers running into a strong breeze in this first half. Meninga for Daly. McCann's got him. He nearly unloaded for Belcher. Last tackle against Canberra. Meninga with the kick. Will go straight down to Gary Jack. Plenty of territory in front of him. Slips as he comes to Gary Coyne. O'Brien. The breeze behind Canberra is a good one, Bill Anderson.
It sure is, Graham. Balmain won the toss and elected to run into it. I'd say Warren Ryan realises tiredness is going to set in at the end of this game. He wants to have the breeze at his back when that happens.
Maguire. 12 players backing up from the State of Origin on Wednesday night. Siren one of them. McCann will kick from dummy half. Low and wide away from Belcher, rolling towards touch. Fine kick from McCann.
Yes, on the State Bank replay, just watch this low trajectory punt that he puts in. It's a gainer of about 50 metres, and it stops almost directly on the line. Just watch this, the last little bit of it, over she goes, and there it is. Beautiful kick.
Very good.
O'Sullivan very wide. Harrigan's got the Balmain backs for being inside the mark from the scrum.
In the lower grades, we had a couple of big scores here. Well, one in particular, the under-21s, Canberra 40. Magnificent win. They scored 3 tries at one stage in the space of 4 minutes. Balmain 14. And the reserve grade, Canberra 16, Balmain 8. 2 to Canberra.
Stewart. Look for touch with this breeze at his back. Long kick from him. Give you a good idea about this breeze. Steve Walters. Todd. Quick restart. Steve Walters will be looking for a big game against Elias after having him outplaying in the State of Origin. Ball was stolen by Balmain, was it? It will stay with Canberra. Coyne. Back on the inside for Clyde. Steve Walters was there. It went astray. Then Lazarus knocked on.
Yeah, on the State Bank replay, just watch Clyde come through on the burst there, but gets an ill-directed pass away one-handed, which came off the legs of Lazarus and was then, I finally believe, knocked on.
Freeman away for Neil. McCann goes back up the middle, right where the forwards are.
Well, he's big enough to go through there. He's a big lump of a lad.
Hardwick. The strength of Bradley Clyde as he took him backwards. Roach. The Tigers need a victory. Psychologically, they're becoming a real nemesis for them. The Raiders. John Elias stepping out of a tackle, brushing away at Daly. He's been in great form for the Tigers this year. Benny Elias down a short blind. The dummy for Freeman. Now Sirenen. He winds himself up. Ends up throwing a ball 20 metres towards Canberra. Belcher, counter-attack. Meninga on McCann. McCann takes him solidly.
And did very well to get to him.
Now Mal will play just outside the Canberra quarter. Chicka Ferguson. It's further to that psychological situation. These two teams won't play each other again, except we presume in the playoffs at the end of the series, at the end of the season. So that's why a win for Balmain is vital. Now Lazarus gets to the halfway mark. Walters from dummy half. Found some inroads and a good run from the hooker. This is the last tackle now for the Raiders. Come back for Stewart. Now for Clyde. Skirting wide and getting a pass back inside for Belcher. The little kick ahead. Brilliantly picked up by Daly.
6 to go.
The tackle count restarts. Real pressure now as Balmain try to rake the ball back and to play the ball. But they had to do it. They were under tremendous pressure.
Yeah, I believe that if the game had been a little bit further advanced, there would have been a 5 minutes in the bin for that. Neil was the man that did it. Kicked out, lashed out, deliberately conceding the penalty.
Brilliant display of ball control and ball handling from the Raiders just in that little short, sharp burst. And the crowd starts again with the chant for the Raiders. Raiders. And the mascot really stirring up this home crowd, which is of tremendous proportion. And Laurie Daly, who was in doubt after the State of Origin, not through injury, but through a virus that he's picked up, getting plenty of fluid into him today. Mal Meninga, the leading point scorer in the Winfield Cup with 86 points from 8 tries and 27 goals. Can he add some points to this? No, he can't. So no score between Canberra and Balmain. Now Gary Jack with the restart. Then Belcher across to his corner line. Ferguson comes into dummy half. There's Clyde, very involved in the game so far. Now it's out for Meninga. Can't get himself free. Stewart. And then O'Sullivan. Hardwick is there to bring him down, just on the Raiders' corner line. Todd surges forward. Now Stewart and O'Sullivan, and now Daly from Meninga. Meninga trying to position his winger. Martin's got plenty of pace. He's just got Gary Jack in front of him. Jack makes the tackle, but there was a support play inside, and Martin just couldn't get the pass to him. With the Raiders on the boil, on the last tackle, Stewart the little kick ahead, but Elias read it magnificently and did a terrific job of picking that football up. And then he's lost the football. Well, they're going to play the knock-on from Elias. So he read that play magnificently, picked it up beautifully, and then made the error.
I don't know how in the name of heavens he got into that position. For a hooker to arrive at that position was just unbelievable. Unfortunately, the knock-on, but that's the most classy bit of cover defence.
Some terrific skill being shown here by both teams. Ricky Stewart from the scrum base, pulled down only 2 metres short of the line. The Raiders putting the pressure on now. O'Sullivan gets it away for Belcher. Belcher from 10 metres out, gave it to Laurie Daly. That's a try. That is a very, very smart smart professional try from the Canberra Raiders. Laurie Daly goes in to score. The Tigers had to crack. They were under tremendous pressure.
Yes, right from the moment when Elias fielded that ball, there's been trouble in the Balmain camp because they've been extended from the scrum win. Belcher's beautiful run there onto Daly. Daly using great pace and strength as a combination of the two to get himself into the clear. But this is the way it went. Belcher beautifully running, a little bit of a stutter on his feet. Gave it out to Daly, and Daly strongly in, gets a good grounding on the ball. No mucking about with a half-baked put down either. There was a lovely cut-out pass from Stewart onto Belcher. And then onto Daly, and Daly goes in for the try about 11 metres in from the sideline. First-class bit of football by Canberra.
Laurie Daly, 4 tries for the season. His State Bank profile tells us he's still only 20. Gary Belcher taking this kick and makes no mistake, that's a great kick from the fullback. So Gary Belcher adds the 2 points to take his side to a 6-0 lead over Balmain.
Tuesday night. Australians beware.
How would you like your face on television?
Of those immortal words. Join me for Candid Camera every Tuesday, 7:30, Channel 10.
Do you ever feel you're being penalised just for putting money in the bank? With every transaction, the bank takes its cut, then the government takes a bit more. It's not like you had that much to start off with. I reckon if you're going to donate to charity, you should at least be able to choose which one. Well, banks and governments certainly aren't at the top of my list. Now, if you want to earn decent interest but get out of paying those charges, get a State Saver account.
The Venture $10 million Children's Nightwear Sellout. For just $7 you can get girls and boys fleecy pyjamas. For just $6 you can get toddlers fleecy pyjamas. For just $5 you can get infants fleecy sleep suits or fleecy pyjamas. And for an amazing low $4 you can get flannelette pyjamas for toddlers and infants, as well as infants fleecy sleeping bags.
What are you giving your mum for Mother's Day? Box of chocks? Bunch of flowers? Very nice. How about giving her a chance at Lotto's $4 million Mother's Day Super Draw on Monday, May 14?
Could win the big one.
According to the West Germans, which car was the most reliable small to medium car of the decade? The Lancer. From who else but Mitsubishi?
It's a State of Origin Test match and local derby this Sunday at Bruce Stadium. Be there when the Canberra Kookaburras take on the mighty Queensland Reds in a battle for Australian jerseys. Australian under-17s take on New Zealand under-17s in a test match as main curtain raiser. And the day kicks off with the local derby between Marist and St Edmunds. Ground entry is only $8 for adults and under-18s are free for a fantastic family day of rugby at Bruce Stadium this Sunday.
Come back to our place for a bite and a warm-up?
Oh, shall we get some takeaway?
Mum, can I cook dinner? Need a hand, girls? No, we're fine, thanks, Mum.
Amy, this is delicious. What's it called?
Frittata.
I don't know how you do it.
Legos. That's how you do it.
Legos Authentical.
I don't know how you do it.
Balmain come back to halfway. They're down 6 points to 0. Wayne Pearce won't be sitting sideline for the Tigers today. The skipper, he's joined Billy Anderson sideline.
Wayne, in a game that's being played at a frantic pace, I know you'd love to be out there.
I certainly would, but Canberra are obviously continuing their policy of moving the ball wide and at every opportunity, and it's paid dividends already. And unfortunately, we're not moving up quickly out wide to stop the likes of Daly and Meninga.
We hear a lot about Tiger spirit. It's something you've experienced and I've experienced. Can it get them out of it?
Well, the guys were definitely motivated and switched on in there before they took the field, and hopefully that first try hasn't knocked too much out of them, because there's a lot of character there, and I'm sure they'll come back.
Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Bill.
There'll be a worried man sideline now. O'Sullivan. Meninga, quick hands. Out wide again, they've got them. Belcher. Martin. He's got Belcher. Belcher's got support. O'Sullivan. Coyne. He won't have the pace. Back to O'Sullivan and forward. Oh, that was great play. Maybe it deserved a try, as Stewart and Sirenen have something to say.
A little bit of push and shove, but Gary Jack did marvellously well here. As the ball goes back inside, now Jack actually covered both of them, and Coyne had to attempt to get a pass back quickly to O'Sullivan, and that was due to Jack's moving across and being able to cover both of those players.
Chatters Paul Martin with Bill Harrigan, a very quick one. Scrum to go down, and Balmain being busted out wide. Neil. The news for the Tigers is that the Great Britain and Witness Centre, Andy Courier, will be back with them next round. Rasher. Roach. Wire screaming for a penalty. Freeman. Across Maguire for Neil to be driven backwards. He did well to take that hit from Meninga.
He did well to get up after taking the hit from Meninga.
Elias gets his kick in. Both these sides on 10 points. Ferguson. The entire crowd just about gets to their feet every time this man touches the football. Daly. They know where they want to get Balmain out wide. Clyde standing 3 passes out. Todd. Lazarus up the middle. Freeman finishes him off over the top. Elias looked to be well offside. Stewart still got his kick in away from Gary Jack. Bouncing to the in goal now towards touch. O'Sullivan and Daly there. O'Sullivan gets him low. 10 metres out from their own line, the Tigers. Neil. Brasher. How have you seen this opening, Bill?
Tremendous opening by Canberra, Graham. I've never seen a football team that gets so deep, often early in the tackle count and in their own quarter. They're prepared to lose 20 metres and take the odds to busting you down the edge, and more than not, they're successful at it.
Roach. He works his way up the middle. Freeman. McCann. Ball away for Grant. It'll be a scrum down, and importantly, a Canberra feed.
Yes, trying the Canberra tactics out wide, trying to move it away. There's McCann, tries to get a pass away, but unfortunately the wing three-quarter couldn't handle it. It still stayed in the field of play, but unless Canberra grabbed it, it was going to be a Canberra ball.
Belcher joined in, run around the pass was too quick. On the way back for him from O'Sullivan, he couldn't handle it.
Uncharacteristic error.
They come off the boil slightly.
Tonight,
Get rid of the cats. They breed like rabbits.
a visit from the landlord has Colin having kittens.
I'm beginning to wonder what sort of a house this is.
It's brick, isn't it?
There's an animal on the premises.
Oh, no, he's not that bad.
And when the cops arrive,
Senior Sergeant Clive Pitwood, CIB.
the trouble is only just beginning.
To the cats, you entertain.
It's Colin Carpenter, right after Budget and Life on 10's Comedy Hour, 7:30 tonight.
Mark Scape, racing driver for Team Nissan. His car, Nissan Pulsar GX. The other car, Nissan Vector GX sedan. The price, $14,990. The saving, over $2,800 at the Team Nissan sale. Mark's problem, the Vector is gaining on him, and he's giving the 1.8-litre fuel-injected engine everything. He'll take him under four-wheel disc brakes or brilliant use of power steering. He's got him. Nissan Vector GX sedan with over $2,800 to be saved at $14,990. It can't be beaten. That's my car.
We at Canterra know you want to look your best, but we also know that most people don't really enjoy ironing. That's why we think you'll appreciate our complete range of Canterra permanent press work shirts, shorts, pants and overalls. They're so easy to iron. Why, they practically iron themselves.
Go to Warwick and Durham.
Sorry. It's a bit wet over there. Bit wet over here too. Let me get some drinks.
No, let me. Waiter, drinks all round.
Well, if we're going to make a party of it, let's nibble Nobby's nuts.
Sorry.
ANZ will work with you to achieve your goals, personal or business. And when you get there, you'll feel on top of the world. Whatever your goals, ANZ will help you get there.
Planning a holiday these days can be a bit like an experiment. Sometimes you're not sure what you're letting yourself in for. However, if you're a member of NRMA, you can get all the right advice, maps and accommodation guides free, so you know you won't be left in a hole. NRMA, it pays to belong.
Elias, Roach, now Gary Jack.
Get off, get off, get off.
Freeman again. Here's Sirenin. Went through Coyne. Eventually pulled down about 8 metres inside the Canberra half. Freeman and now Neal. Lost the football forward, picked up by Freeman, but referee Harrington will play the knock on.
Yes, Neal thumps the ground with frustration after that. He's very keyed up about it all.
Plenty of sweat on the front rowers. I've got a feeling the Balmain might be trying to throw this ball around to tire this Canberra side out, who have 8 players backing up from Wednesday night. O'Sullivan. Very wide as Meninga. Brasher grabs one arm. Daly round there quickly. Todd. Stewart. O'Sullivan. Meninga. For Belcher to join in. Showed the ball to Martin.
I don't think that Martin can complain about being ignored by his inside backs. He's been given 4 runs.
Coyne breaks the point from Steve Walters. Jack was the last line of defence. One more tackle. The Raiders, will they kick? They get a penalty. Freeman's got 5 minutes in the bin for holding up play. Longer maybe if you want to argue.
Well, he's done this very early in the game. I know I've said that once or twice before about these sort of penalties, but you don't see a guy usually put in the sin bin at this stage of the game. But there is quite definitely a holding down. There's no question in the wide world about that.
Freeman the march up the tunnel to the dressing rooms for 5 minutes. Whilst Belcher builds a mound to try and improve on his 1-from-1. Mother's Day and a beautiful Sunday in Canberra. Belcher strikes it nicely, hits the upright. Coming back into play, Hardwick just gets there in time. It is 6-0 to Canberra. Did Hardwick take some accidental knees in the back?
He did. O'Sullivan's the player, not malicious in the least, just an accident. But O'Sullivan is patting Hardwick and saying, well, we'll see it again on the replay. Just watch as he goes down. O'Sullivan falls over him and his knees going to his back. There's no question of any malicious intent there.
Balmain through ropes, work it away. Lazarus came flying in looking for the big hit. He missed. Sirenin unloads for Brasher. Sirenin backs up for another run. Good gain too. Hardwick just to his feet now. Elias with a long time to get the kick in. Belcher running across. Will bring it back and take on Neal and Grant. Beats them but then throws the sloppy pass out to Ferguson, who was unmarked.
Yeah, Chicka Ferguson's fast, but he's not quite as fast as Gary Belcher would have you believe there. He did manage some way miraculously to get his hands to that pass, which was always about 3 metres away from him.
Harrigan laying down the law to Elias. Benny Elias. Best chance now for the Tigers. Jack. He completes the back line that is short because of Freeman in the sin bin. Johnny Elias. Just about square. Maguire looking to unload. 10 metres out the Tigers. Trying to square it up. Dummies from Ben Elias. 3 or 4 metres away from the line. The Raiders, it's their turn to tackle. Jack. Grant is the only one outside him. Chicka Ferguson is there. Takes him easily. Last tackle. Elias. The bomb. A high one will come down near the goal mouth. A ton of players there. Brasher had it. Back for Sirinen. They grab him a metre out from the try line. Hand over for Canberra. Sirinen was offside. He wasn't standing directly in front. Got away with it. They're not going to get away with this. Maguire was letting them go. A ton of Canberra players came from nowhere. The Canberra players just swarmed in to protect one of their own. Now Ben Elias and Lazarus have decided to sort each other out in goal.
You know, I think Freeman might have a few in there in the sin bin with him shortly after that. Harrigan's got a pretty short fuse for this sort of thing, the referee. Now he's asked well, here we are watching Chicka Ferguson, a dummy half, tackled by Sirinen, who was standing slightly around to the side of him. Over the top comes Maguire. Maguire's there now. Ferguson stands out to the right, doesn't have any further part in anything, but you saw a couple of stiff arms there go right around. Now, if we pan left, I think we just see the end of this little bit. There's a nasty little bit over there as number 10. Lazarus seems to get on top of the Balmain player on the ground there.
Well, if anybody should go, maybe it should be the 2 10s, because Maguire started letting them go for no reason at all. And then Lazarus was probably the other one. 10 for Lazarus. Long report coming in from the touch judges. Freeman has come back and he's probably wondering what's going on here.
What have you blokes been doing?
I just passed Glenn Lazarus in the tunnel. Well, which way is this penalty going? We've lost a Canberra player. Originally Maguire, well, he had to get 10. And the penalty will go to Canberra.
Moscow's toughest detective, Chicago's craziest cop. There's only one thing worse than making them mad, making them partners. Red Heat, soon on Capital.
You've been fed up with your bank for years now, right? So why don't you change? Because it's the devil you know and the paperwork's a hassle. Come on, admit it. You don't want to front up at the bank and say, give me all my money. Okay, so don't. The State Bank can do all that for you. You never have to go into your old bank ever again.
It's a State of Origin test match and local derby this Sunday at Bruce Stadium. Be there when the Canberra Kookaburras take on the mighty Queensland Reds in a battle for Australian jerseys. Australian under-17s take on New Zealand under-17s in a test match as main curtain raiser. And the day kicks off with the local derby between Marist and St Edmunds. Ground entry is only $8 for adults and under-18s are free for a fantastic family day of rugby at Bruce Stadium this Sunday.
The sensational Super Ute is available now with tons of freebies like a tow bar, pinstriping, tonneau cover and more, all for just $16,490. The limited edition Jackaroo rig out is also available with a whole pack of extras, including a CB, roof rack, bull bar and heaps more for just $29,950.
Your challenger dealer. Every day, almost working harder, almost clean. Keeps you looking brighter than almost clean will surely come your way.
Every day keeps you looking brighter.
Every day, almost working harder, almost clean. Keeps you looking brighter. That almost clean will surely come your way. Every day.
Nothing works harder than Omo to set the standard in cleaning and brightening. Omo, nothing cleans and brightens better. Then again, nothing ever has.
Hurry to Second Heaven for Levi's, Staggers, Corfu and Lee jeans. Up to half the normal price. Slight seconds, but half the price you'd expect to pay for top brands. Current fashion jeans by Lee, Staggers, Corfu and Levi. Only at Second Heaven, Fishwick and Kippax Fair.
Roach. Strong fend on Steve Walters. John Elias turns his back for Freeman. Wrapped up very quickly by Clyde. Taps it. Goes ahead. Todd was a long way back to be a marker. He was 2 and 3 metres back. He can't stand there and claim to be a marker.
No, quite right. Freeman's got the right to play the ball forward in that situation because the man opposite him was too far away. There's got to be, in the referee's opinion, he's got to be up standing in front of him.
Steve Walters and Steve Roach.
Well, Roachie's been after a bit of trouble for a few minutes now. He's remembering another incident over the other side of the field there where he got, well, he's not actually telling the referee all about everything, but he's getting to the point where he's ready to have a go. I think he might just, the blood might get in his eye in a moment. He is a character.
Nice and bemused, Steve Roach. Balmain's first penalty. Benny Elias says to Gary Jack, we'll search for touch and try and square the count here.
What a good kick.
Great kick. 6-0. Canberra over Balmain. About 6 minutes away from half-time. 10 minutes out. 10 metres out from the Raiders try line. Hardwick was held up in the play of the ball. Back inside is Jack. 1 minute is left for the two in the sin bin, Lazarus and Maguire. Balmain with a chance here out wide. McCann, Daly, by one arm, tried to get it away. Grant. Daly takes him 10 metres out. They're back to where they started from the tap. Elias. So often, he dummies his way through from those situations. Last tackle. Coyne's gone up very quickly. Neal was knocked over after the kick. Belcher's coming, looking for it. Comes loose from Meninga. The Raiders have hung on.
Well, Benny Elias in the background was... Now, there's the late tackle, I thought, by Coyne. I thought he should have pulled up a little bit on that, as did Roach, who's come through to admonish him. But the touch judge over on the far side, Benny Elias, screeched at him. Give me a penalty for that.
He wasn't moved. The touch judge, that is. Now the Raiders with Stewart showing the ball either way, dancing off both feet. Pulled down just about on the quarter line. Here's Todd. It's gone back for Stewart. Sends Grant back. One bounce and he has it. And straight away giving it to Gary Jack, who beat O'Sullivan, but O'Sullivan did enough to stop him. Brasher, no way through there. Elias gives it to Roach. Elias on his own, back inside for John Elias.
He's a dead hand the way you can run from dummy half and give a pass either way.
These are the two props waiting in the tunnel to come back on. They're trotting towards the sideline as we speak, and Elias finally getting the football away to nobody in the end. Ferguson's come up with it. Somehow, Chicker Ferguson was there as the props returned to the field after their 10 minutes in the sin bin. Meninga skirting wide again, out for Martin. No room for him to move at all. Maguire's got him. So's O'Brien. Now here's Lazarus. Meninga again. Charges straight into Maguire. Here's Stewart. 5 tackles used up by the Raiders. Balmain looked to be well offside. Belcher. It's bounced off Elias. Belcher picks it up again. Tackle count restarts. Right on the Canberra quarter line. Clyde flung to the ground. The crowd is urging the referee to penalise Balmain for offside. I must say they do look to be in front of him an awful lot. Here's Coyne. Quick hands for Lazarus. He carries it up to about 8 metres from the halfway mark. Walters has a little dash from dummy half. Found Stewart. Now O'Sullivan for Daly. Quick hands to Belcher. Belcher's given it away to Ferguson. And Chicker runs half a metre backwards and straightens again and still going. Jack finally brings him down. 5 tackles gone for the Raiders. It's for Laurie Daly. Back inside for Stewart. Down it comes. Brasher couldn't take it cleanly, but knocked him backwards. So Brasher will play it just inside the Balmain quarter. Now here's Freeman. Well upended and lost the football. The Raiders come up with it at a vital time, right on the Balmain quarter. Stewart away for Clyde. Well, Brasher looked to be a mile offside, but it's come out to Daly, and he's penalised. Oh, dear. Daly was in the clear. He can't believe it.
Well, I can't believe it either. The referee has all the time in the world in these situations. He can penalise 30 seconds later if he feels disposed. Why do it when there's a footballer gone in the clear? That is ridiculous. I don't understand that.
Well, the penalty was obviously against Brasher for offside play, and then as Daly makes the break, he pulls it up.
Yes.
Very, very hard to fathom.
Well, I repeat again that he's got all the time in the world. He doesn't have to make an instantaneous decision. He can come in 30 seconds later if he wants to.
So Gary Belcher with the opportunity to send his side to an 8-0 lead. There's only about 30 seconds remaining to the half-time break. Canberra can count themselves as desperately unlucky in that situation. Belcher, a low trajectory type of kick, and it's wide.
One up to Balmain.
Indeed, the Tigers can count themselves a little lucky now. Now a touch judge has come on to report something to the referee. Now they're calling Sirinen over, I think, by the look of things. Now what on earth could they have called Sirinen for out now? And there was no play.
No, I don't understand that. I'm not sure exactly what he's been cautioned for.
If he was going to report Sirinen for an incident, surely he would have done it when the penalty was awarded. Warren Ryan wants to get the boys into the shed. And, well, he's not taking any action, whatever it was. Signals the half-time break. So the Canberra Raiders go to the break, leading Balmain by 6 points to 0.
Tonight, here comes the comedy you've been waiting for. Henry Winkler and Michael Keaton.
Hey, nah, get out of town. Just you and me in the stiffs alone here? That's gonna be radical, Chuck. That guy's dead.
Turning the night shift into a roaring train.
What's our job? We'd like driving around, pick up stiffs or what? Hey, Chuck, who's this? Wife? Fiancé.
The movie of the week.
Nice frame. Hold on, Chuck. I'm coming, buddy.
8:30 tonight on Capital.
Love Brokers.
Night shift.
Do you ever feel you're being penalised just for putting money in the bank? With every transaction, the bank takes its cut, then the government takes a bit more. It's not like you had that much to start off with. I reckon if you're going to donate to charity, you should at least be able to choose which one. Well, banks and governments certainly aren't at the top of my list. Now, if you want to earn decent interest but get out of paying those charges, get a State Saver account.
Hi, gorgeous. Pop in, let's go for a spin. Nice and comfy?
Very.
Hear that? 1.8 16-valve engine. And she doesn't guzzle the juice. Auto-seek radio cassette with Dolby. Adjustable steering column. Windscreen wipers. Now, I'll show you how it handles.
Haven't you forgotten something, Brocky? Your driving glasses.
Yes.
New Ford Laser. Built to beat the best.
Got the stuff?
What stuff?
The report stuff. Your computer at home.
Oh, that stuff.
Yeah. Is it big, your computer? Keep it on your desk in the den, do you, with all your other stuff? Bring it in. Use it on our desk.
Already carrying enough stuff.
Fix page 10? Oh,
Page 10.
Page 10. Yes. Would you like to see it? Page 10. All fixed.
What's that?
My Toshiba laptop. My stuff's never stuck on a desk somewhere.
10 out of 10, eh, Frank? Great stuff.
Daria! Wait! Oh.
Great stuff.
Come back to our place for a bite and a warm-up?
Oh, shall we get some takeaway? Mum, can I cook dinner?
Need a hand, girls?
No, we're fine, thanks, Mum.
Amy, this is delicious. What's it called?
Frittata.
I don't know how you do it.
Legos. That's how you do it.
Legos Authentical.
I don't know how you do it.
Canberra leads 6-0 to start this second half of the grand final replay of '89. Beautiful afternoon and a massive crowd. 97 tackles from the Raiders. Clyde leading the way with 17. Balmain 90. Hardwick with 15. Harrigan whistles the last 40 minutes underway. McCann sends it deep. This is going to be a case of who's going to tire first. Belcher. 28 tackles in the opposition half. The Tigers, they're going to add to that straight away from the restart. What a start for them. Maguire, are they fired up here? Grant, Cyrinan. Took the heavy tackle of Lance, 10 metres out from the Raiders' line. Hardwick across him for Roach, quick hands. Behind Neil, Canberra might retain possession, they have. So they got out of it quite easily. Meninga to try and head it away from the 22. Billy Anderson, what went on at half-time?
Warren Ryan thought that Balmain could have been a lot further behind at half-time. They're still in this game.
Well, they are again. Now Brash has lost it. So knock-ons both ways. The feed for the Tigers.
Plenty of opportunities there. First, Lance lost the ball, was picked up there by Elias, and he spun it out quickly, but then one of the backs dropped.
Neil. Freeman for John Elias to step past Lance. Nelly grabbed him by the jumper. Roach. The Tigers with this breeze. Freeman, Neil, Brasher. McCann was just running clear and lost it. Now Martin steps infield. Bradley Clyde is down with a knee injury as Meninga goes wide with Belcher. Roach was a mile offside. Daly, Ferguson. Could Nelly have been penalised for a voluntary tackle?
I think he wanted to try to stay away from going behind Belcher. I think that's the reason, but just falling down.
If that's the case, he should have been penalised. Clyde is back up. Todd. Ricky Stewart links up with Coyne, who finds Daly. Back from Meninga. They always support the man with the ball. That's why they're so dangerous. Last tackle. Stewart. The crowd calling for Balmain offside. Ferguson must score. there. It bounced away from Ferguson right at the death.
Well, a horrendous race here. As you can see, O'Sullivan puts a little grubber kick through. It's a beautifully weighted kick on the State Bank replay. Goes into the in-goal area, and Jack just arrives for Paul Ferguson. And really a marvellous little job there of keeping the pressure on. Just watch the way Jack has to come from late to bang it over the dead ball line.
You saw that last bounce really go back towards Jack the other way, and it was 4 points. Now, Jack the saviour with the line dropout. And a big one over halfway on the fly for Belcher. 6 more tackles. Walters, back for Meninga. And keep on going wide, O'Sullivan. Leads McCann. Sirinen throws him to the ground. What was said from Canberra's point of view, Bill?
Well, Timmy Sheens thought they were pushing passes. They didn't need to, Graham, but one little tip I'll give you that he did say was when you get near the Balmain line early in this half, take the one-pointer. It's always hard to get late in a game. Take it while you can.
Well, they're a long way out here on this occasion. 11-8 kicks in play to Canberra. Lance, from a line dropout situation with just 1 tackle remaining, Canberra haven't improved from the halfway line. Stewart, Daly. Little chip. I thought O'Sullivan was fractionally offside, but Ferguson wasn't. He touched it and kicked it ahead. Grant. So in the space of a couple of minutes, they hang on twice, the Tigers. I thought the Raiders were the ones that were supposed to tire. They're really travelling into top gear at the moment. John Elias. Balmain sent back to their try line. Maguire. Back infield, well for Brasher to step and get it out to the 22. They need a big run from Roach or Sirinen. Here's Roach, just what the doctor ordered for Maguire. He unloads. Sirinen, great backing up. Good play. He was about to unload to McCann and lost it. Canberra have it, and they'll come back to terrorise the Tigers again.
What a start to this second half. From one end of the field to the other, and the peculiarities of a rugby league ball probably costing Canberra a try or saving a try, whichever way you want to look at it from the Balmain point of view, I guess. They're on the halfway mark. Lance has given it away for Lazarus. It's the first time that we've been to the Bruce Stadium in daylight hours. We had our first Listen Friday Night Football from here at the beginning of the season, and you'll notice the shadows that have really crept across the field, making things a little difficult. Meninga can't handle that football. Elias has been able to pick it up for the Tigers. Maguire. It's up towards halfway. Now Jack. For O'Brien. Clyde's there to take him. Now Freeman and Sirinen for Neal. Defence moving up very quickly. Elias shaped a kick. Instead, he's given it to Roach, who looked back inside. McCann was there, but couldn't get himself in a position to take a pass, and Roach has got a few words to say to him. Now Elias, Belcher is there to pick it up. Ferguson is a dummy half. Away for Stewart. And then for Clyde, it seems to have recovered from that leg problem he had a few moments ago. Crowd again urging the referee to do something about offside play from the Tigers. Todd. Right on the Canberra quarter, Meninga. Finally held by Maguire, 32 away. Now Stewart sends us out on the full.
Television's most powerful drama, LA Law, Tuesday at 8:30 on Capital.
This is the new Ford Laser. It's not just more powerful, it's also very economical. And it's not just more spacious, it's just as easy to park. And it's not just well equipped, It's also at a very good price. But then it's not just a better small car, it's a better laser. The new Ford Laser, built to beat the best.
Have you driven a Ford lately?
That's our company boat. Oh, very impressive.
Fill the boat? Yeah. I even wound up the winch.
King G Permanent Press handles anything with style, which helps when you're dealing with the public.
Looks like 2 trips.
Who asked you, fella?
Were you worth a second to Look, I run this place. I don't want accidents.
Don't backchat me, I know boats.
Do anything else for you?
King G Permanent Press handles anything with style. ANZ will work with you to achieve your goals, personal or business. And when you get there, you'll feel on top of the world. Whatever your goals, ANZ will help you get there.
The warranty on average large family washing machines in Australia stops after 12 months. The warranty on a CleanMade goes on for 2 years on the whole machine, 5 years on the cabinet, 10 years on the transmission and gearbox assembly, and 20 years on the stainless steel bowl.
That's a great warranty. And Frank Reynolds has one of the best displays of washers and dryers in Canberra, and their machines will tackle the dirtiest of clothes. Not even my football jumper's a problem. Frank Reynolds is your laundry specialist.
So where's Grant Kenny?
I don't know.
I've got him.
Getting closer.
Oh, can you see anything?
Not yet. Come on, move over. There.
Uncle Toby's crunchy oat flakes. But I thought he ate...
No, not anymore. It seems he's discovered Uncle Toby's have the goodness of oats.
In a crunchy flake. But how does it taste?
Crunchy.
What'd you say?
New Uncle Toby's Crunchy Oat Flakes. Discover why it's more than just a great tasting cereal.
Now this scrum is on the Balmain quarter. Freeman with the scrum feed and the scrum win. Here's Gary Jack, who's gone straight through. He's got some support back inside from Brasher. So the Tigers starting to put a few things together now. Neal ran around Coyne and still going. Good run from McNeil. Now can they sustain this? Freeman for Sirinen. .32 metres away from the Canberra line. The Tigers starting to get something going. Roach will play it just about on the quarter. Here's Maguire. And Brasher makes the mistake. In front of a very, very big crowd here at the Bruce Stadium, we have a new ground record of 23,252. Tremendous crowd, and the football has been well received by them as well. Now O'Sullivan Bill is coming to the sideline.
Yes, he's come from the field in, and Mark Bell has taken his place. He was a fresh replacement wearing number 40.
Belly's on. Here he is with the football.
Daly to 5'8".
Bell can move a bit. Meninga. Now Clyde. Bill, we talked about the wind favouring the Tigers in the second half. From up here, it looks to have died a little.
Not only has it died a little, it's changed direction somewhat, and it's blowing more now across the field. And that was the reason Stewart in his last kick, and the other couple of kicks he's had, has belted them across to that far corner.
Good movement now from the Raiders with Belcher involved, still going strongly. Bell was involved as well, so was Chicka Ferguson. Good stuff from the Raiders. 5 tackles gone. Here's Stewart for Daly, and now Meninga. He's got Clyde outside him. Beat the first man, Meninga. Finally grounded about 30 metres away on the 6th tackle. So the changeover. Now it's back for Elias. Maguire got himself away from Dean Lance. Elias. James Grant really had to reach for that one. Got himself free of Bell, who came at him again. Now Elias on a very, very narrow blind. They have a little scamper towards the halfway mark. Freeman. Now Hardwick. Just can't beat this defence from the Canberra Raiders. Very tight stuff. Roach. A one-hander back for Jack. Now Freeman again. A little ginger Megs with his little kick ahead. Well picked up by Belcher.
Beautifully half-volleyed there by Gary Belcher, who's really been one of the finest players on the field.
Martin. Out of the shadows into the sunlight and then back into the shadows. Here's Clyde. This Canberra defence has really been outstanding, Bill. It's an area that they look to have improved.
They certainly have. Their attack is just as good as last year, but I don't know that it's that much better. They're probably a bit more experienced, but they used to miss the odd tackle around the forwards in 1989. They just seem to keep nailing them in 1990.
Here comes Checker Ferguson chasing this kick through. Gary Jack saw him and very calmly picked up the football. Ferguson claims him, but now they're back in. Oh, and Grant's made the mistake. Ferguson, Daly kicks ahead. Checker Ferguson's there, dives. That's a try. That's a try to the Raiders. Grant made the mistake. He fumbled it. It was Daly who kicked it through, and Ferguson, like lightning, scores the try.
Well, there's the situation. Gary Jack getting up and playing it. Grant making a meal of it. Kicked through by Daly. Goes into the in-goal area. Jack tries to foot it, but Ferguson's the quickest thing you've ever seen over that sort of distance. Oh, I feel so very sorry for Grant. Made a blunder like this here. Daly kicked it through. Coming from behind Daly was Ferguson. He picked up Jack in a matter of space of seconds. Just absolutely blinding speed. He's hurt himself a little bit, but nonetheless, that's as good a try as you'll ever see from him. Really a first-class effort for a man of his acknowledged age of 35.
It's his 5th try for the season. James Grant, how does he feel? He's really dwelling on that. He'll have to get that out of his mind. There's still a lot of football to be played. Meninga, who only had the one shot for goal, and then took himself off and gave Gary Belcher a couple of kicks. Meninga's put himself back on.
He doesn't want to have anything to do with anyone at the moment.
Maybe not. Meninga out to the right. But the Raiders now lead 10 points to 0 over Balmain.
Ten News from home and around the globe. Traveling the world with our exclusive rights to CNN, the world's only 24-hour news service. 10 News, first with the big stories from our bureau in London, New York, Los Angeles, and Asia. More news when it happens, where it happens, how it happens. 10 News, bringing you that special understanding here on Capital, where news comes first.
Jim Richards, international racing driver for Team Nissan. The car, Nissan Pintara, a powerful car for a powerful man. The engine, 2.4 litres. More muscle than Magna, more clout than Camry. Handling, smooth, precise. Space, comfort, check.
Fill her up, thanks.
So be quick. Race into your Team Nissan dealer for great deals on Pintara at the Team Nissan sale, backed by a 2-year warranty.
Okay, Mr. Richards.
Yep, that's my car.
At some furniture stores, you'll need at least $5,000 to buy this. On the other hand, for around $5,000, this is what you can get from Freedom Furniture. 2 beautiful lounges, a coffee table, a mirror, a pair of sofa tables, 4 stylish lamps, a side table, 2 vases, 3 scatter cushions, an elegant buffet, a magnificent dining table, 6 imported chairs, a couple of prints, and a beautiful sling chair. Freedom Furniture. Good design, great prices.
We have been saving for it.
And at last we can afford it. We can't afford it.
I don't believe it.
Can I help?
This fridge, it seems to have gone up.
Well, if you pay cash, I can take $200.
Cash.
Cash.
Tonight?
Tonight, we'll be right back.
If your bank isn't open when you need it most, it's not a very advanced bank.
Your $2,000. Thanks. Don't
A bank that's open when you need it most.
Great stuff.
Now that's an advanced bank.
I left copies of the building submissions on your desk.
Oh, thanks. I'll look at them Monday.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
The Canon Colour Genius makes perfect digital colour photocopies. Why? Because perfect digital colour photocopies have a lot more impact than black and white ones. For attention-grabbing colour, copy Canon. For information, ring 008 021 333.
It's about to disappear. Jenny Craig's special offer, 3 weeks for $49, is in its last week. Remember Cheryl Webb? She lost 13 kilos in 12 weeks, and Jenny Craig can help you too. But this is the last week of our most popular price, $49 for 3 weeks. Hurry, call Jenny Craig now and get in shape for life.
Ooh, got you in the shape you're in.
Look under J in the white pages.
Raiders, of course, back with us on Listen Friday Night Football as part of that double-header. They'll be in Perth to play Manly. But prior to that, of course, we have the game from Brisbane where the Broncos take on Cronulla.
Belcher. This chant continues for the Raiders. Coyne. Balmain may be thinking, are they ever going to beat this outfit? It's rather ironic that up until today, their record in premiership football, the Raiders hadn't won at home against Balmain. The grand final has certainly started something. This Bruce Stadium is going to become a horror course for a lot of teams. Stewart. It's rolling for him. Well and truly downfield. Jack. Taken by Clyde. Tremendous fitness of some of these players that have bounced back from the New South Wales-Queensland clash. Neil. 12-10 the scrums to the Tigers. The penalties, only 5 in the match. 4-1 to Canberra.
Well, there was a bone rattler from Lazarus. Magnificent tackle.
Maguire unloads for Hardwick. There's a replacement sideline, Bill.
Matthew Wood in number 18. He'll be going on to Brad Clyde. Now, Woods are back, so there'll have to be a couple of adjustments.
One would have thought that Daly might have been looking for an early mark as well after picking up the virus. Neil. Threw it back in field, didn't land for anybody. Now Elias gets back there. He throws a pass. Well, so does Maguire. It's catching. It's a disease out there at the moment.
It's unbelievable, but when you see these things happen, it just shows you the strain that some of the players are under.
Coyne. Stewart wants it. The back line is deep. Daly. Meninga. Straight over the top of McCann. He hurt the young man.
He's got him with a fend, I think, in the throat.
Two very big players. Meninga well and truly ahead on points on that one. McCann is still down. Stewart with a field goal. Well wide, but it'll stay in the end goal. Grant. He is hit and caught only a metre away by Steve Walters. Then Elias. O'Brien steps out of 1, out of 2, away from Meninga for Neil. Neil is taken by Martin. McCann is still getting attention. Roach goes blindside. Through a dummy. Back for Neil. Hardwick. He straightens. This defence that has only let in that average of 7 points a game is again outstanding. Maguire. Beautiful low tackle. McCann is finally onto his feet. Elias the little chip. Stewart's going back there with Belcher. Through a dummy. Got away with it. Now Ferguson down the touchline. Steps out of Freeman's tackle. Goes back infield. The crowd love this John Ferguson. And this side that can really open it up with the football. Lance. And they are 40 metres away.
There's no doubt about it. They are a terrific side to watch, Canberra. Always provides you with plenty of action, plenty of excitement.
Well,
that pass was a mile forward, and this one's been picked up. Now, the two replacements going on now. There's an extra one there, Bill.
Yeah, double change. Wayne Collins also in 22. He'll be replacing Steve Walters.
Collins, a good player too. Seen him play in the top grade several times.
Daly has gone from centre to 5'8" to lock.
Crowd gives these two players a nice ovation for the job well done. The scrum has gone with the feed. Here's Freeman back in for that Ian McCann, who was in desperate trouble after trying to tangle with Mal Meninga. He's still not well, McCann. John Elias reaches the halfway mark. The Tigers have missed 18 tackles, 7 more than Canberra.
This is the least effective I've seen Freeman in any match this year.
Ian, this is still a danger time for Canberra. They've made a number of changes, and there is still plenty of time left in this football match.
Steve Roach has just cocked it up. So Stewart throws the dummy, takes the tackle. 5 metres away from the halfway mark. Collins, the new hooker, in a dummy half for Lance back to Meninga. His pace has just dropped slightly following that last try. Daly on the halfway mark. Now Stewart, Wood and Bell. Now Stewart again. Sends Gary Jack across field. Inside his own quarter. Found some support from O'Brien. These players are starting to lose their footing a little. Elias and Brasher. Elias, John Elias. Neal. Here's Surinam. A pass along the ground. Did well to pick that up.
They're just going from side to side at the moment, are they?
Yeah, much penetration. Roach. Pay tribute to the Canberra defence, so it has been outstanding. Benny Elias. Belcher and Ferguson are back here for it. Now here's Ferguson. Away from one, as usual. Very nearly away from two. Here's Lance. Bumps into John Elias.
Yes, he played well today, don't Lance? Very well.
Todd. Ooh, ducked under one from Maguire. 11 minutes to go. Stewart. Flick inside for Coyne. It's the halfway mark, you see. Now here's Stewart again. Little kick and chase. Gary Jack is back there for it. He'll get to the ball first. And Stewart claims him. And there's a punch on. Gary Jack and Stewart into it. And they're landing quite a few as well. Everybody's joined in. Over the touchline they go.
Well, Gary Jack just simply resented the tackle. Now, I think the crowd may have thought that he might have leapt up with an attempted charge with his head.
Well, it'll be interesting to have a look at the replay, because...
well, here's on the State Bank replay now, there's the knees in the back probably. That might have influenced him somewhat.
Well, there was a definite leap with the
attempt.
head.
Yes, just a moment. There's the attempt, one would say, the headbutt that looked as though it was going to be a headbutt. There's a lot of punches being thrown. There's a player there, Grant, holding onto the man on the ground. And it's all together, it's got pretty nasty at that stage. Let's have another angle of it. There you saw the sort of jolt of the body. That was the knees going in. And I'm afraid Gary Jack was very, very close to getting the ire of the referee permanently here with a... oh, well, there you are. You see, I can't follow it.
Neither can I. Neither can I. Balmain with the penalty to get out of that 22. Frustrations may be creeping into the game.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think Balmain are a very frustrated team at the moment.
The grand final was on their mind from last year as they sought some revenge today. They've got about 9 minutes to go to make it all open up for them again. Both sides have got to cool it. Canberra especially, who have got 10 points on the board. Freeman loses the football. Lazarus is back there. The pace might have slowed, now they're warming up again. Collins. Daly. Lance. Lance finds a gap for the second time. Turned, but couldn't get to any support.
And he was going to retire.
Meninga. Daly. Away from... Oh, great ball! They won't catch Bell, that's it, the game's gone! Balmain are out of this one in front of a ground record crowd. Daly set it up for Bell.
Yeah, see this and see how sweet it is for Daly in transferring the football onto Bell. Now just watch the action, it's just absolutely superb. There it was, just held up fractionally, and Bell hit the line beautifully, took the ball going at 100 miles an hour, figuratively speaking, and scores a simple try as it turned out. But just watch again, there's Meninga, the pass on to Daly. Daly gets between two of them and then sucks a third defender to him, pops the ball. Wood goes straight onto it and goes on for about a 28-metre sprint and scores an outstanding try. Another angle. It gets better every time I see it. I love this sort of stuff. I love intelligent football with players using their skills, and Daly has certainly come of age in this season of 1990. Absolutely superb stuff from him. Wood is by no means a sluggard. He can really go, and he's acknowledged the crowd and the applause there. That was a good one.
Mark Bell, the try scorer. Daly with the kick, which is unsuccessful. The Raiders 14-0 over Balmain.
God, I love the smell of underwear in the morning.
All that sex and rock and roll, and their mothers still love them. Kevin and Doogie, Mondays on Channel 10.
If you're after a workhorse, you can't go past a Falcon. Because right now, you can buy a Falcon Ute for no more than $15,990. And you can get great deals on Falcon vans, too. But prices like this can't last forever. So get to your Ford dealer soon. Or a deal you can't go past will go past you. Falcon Utes and Vans. Have you driven a Ford lately?
Why do I need it?
What, super?
I mean, what's the point?
I can remember thinking that.
It's all too hard.
Well, it won't get any easier, will it?
But what do I need it for?
Who'll look after you if you don't?
Besides, I'm too young.
You're much better off.
You got super?
Better. AMP Super.
You're right with AMP Super.
Malt-flavored milk chocolate. Nothing pleases like Maltesers.
I'm searching for you, baby. Running here and there, trying hard to find you, but I can't be everywhere. Can you be still, baby? Hey, baby, won't you wait for me?
You can't be everywhere at once to protect your baby from germs, but PinoClean can. A simple wipe with PinoClean kills dangerous germs around your home, leaves it fresh, clean and safe. So before he gets around,
I'm searching for you, baby.
Get around everywhere first with PinoClean.
But I can't be everywhere.
We shouldn't.
Kids are asleep.
Well then, strawberries and cream.
laced with Cointreau.
Very smooth.
And now, roasted pecans and macadamias. Enough?
More.
Plumes, a purely adult indulgence.
Jack with the restart. Down for Belcher. Straight away for Bell. Tells you when he came on that he could move, and that try he scored was evidence of that. Here's Meninga again. They're hungry for more points. This Canberra side.
I think Balmain have come to rely terribly much on Freeman to be a marvellous backer-upper of their general play. And today he's had a quiet game in attack. He's done plenty in defence.
Lazarus surges towards the line. He's only 10 metres away. Stewart, a field goal attempt off the post. Freeman showing great reflexes to pull that one down. Now John Elias trying to find a way through this very, very tough Canberra defence. McCann. It's 10 metres inside the field of play. O'Brien.
Yeah, the Balmain side doing it a little bit hard at the moment. Just like to say something very briefly. It seems my remarks during our Friday night football game that Manly had played a substandard game against Canterbury, but we'll go back to the football for the moment.
Brasher backing up, but that defence coming across too strong, Rex. This is the last tackle for the Tigers. Across, or Hardwick was cut out. It's come out to Elias. Found Maguire. Back inside for Sirinen. Just desperately trying to keep the football alive. Grant overhead for Neil. It's been picked up by Bell. Look out! And Bell is grounded just outside the corner.
Yeah, just completing that, I think some people didn't like me criticising Manly in my suggestion that they played a substandard game against Canterbury. And I seem to think that it bruised a few people's feelings. To them, all I can say is, I'll call them as I see them, and I'm not going to be worried in the least by negative opinions from anybody. So I'm afraid that's the way it's going to be.
Now, the Raiders have got a couple of players down injured, so they've only got 11 players actually participating at the minute. Laurie Daly's back on the Balmain quarter line. Lance is down being worked on at the moment. Jack takes that well. Here's Stewart chasing him. Crowd gets to its feet again. Brasher. Well caught by Wood, just short of the halfway mark. Here's Freeman. Out for John Elias. Got through the first tackle, Elias. Step through Meninga. Going well. Good run. He's one of Balmain's better forwards.
He certainly has. He's put in a lot of work, but he's very, very good off his left foot. He can really step.
Now, Benny Elias. Little kick ahead for his outside backs. Ferguson is back there to clean it up. Right on his own line. Belcher from dummy half. Reaches the 10-metre mark. Now Woods. About a minute and a half of play remaining in the match. Collins. This is going to make a hat-trick for the Canberra Raiders today. In all grades, successful. No doubt about the strength of this club. Now back from Meninga. And he finds touch. They can do little wrong.
You wouldn't expect him not to find touch, would you? I mean, they've done pretty near everything to perfection today. It hasn't been really from want of a great effort by the Balmain side. They've put in plenty of effort, but most of it's been negated by the very strong, almost impenetrable defence of this Canberra side who've got it worked out to a T. And that and the kicking game from Stewart and the powerful play of Belcher from the back, who's run the ball magnificently today, and Meninga and Daly and all the other star players that they've got. It's been a wonderful performance really by Canberra.
Here's Gary Jack. Interesting that both sets of forwards were in no rush to get to that scrum. They're very tired. Siren sounds. That'll be it. Referee Harrigan signals an end to proceedings. And this very pro-Canberra crowd rises to applaud their champion team for yet another outstanding victory over the Balmain Tigers, who must be wondering what they have to do to beat them. Outstanding performance from the Canberra Raiders. Okay, well, let's go quickly through the scoring. Canberra 14. We won't have much to say with Balmain, unfortunately. Canberra 14. Daly, Ferguson and Bell all scored tries, and Belcher kicked 1 goal. Absolutely great, and Balmain failed to record any scores at all.
You've been fed up with your bank for years now, right? So why don't you change? Because it's the devil you know and the paperwork's a hassle. Come on, admit it. You don't want to front up at the bank and say, give me all my money. Okay, so don't. The state bank can do all that for you. You never have to go into your old bank ever again.
The problem with many car repair warranties is they cover very little. But there's one that covers more repairs for longer than any other. The lifetime service warranty from your participating Ford dealer. It's Australia's best car repair warranty because you're fully covered. With Ford Care, you can relax.
If you see what you feel, it makes you feel alright. Cause New South Wales is larger than life. Come on and feel where you feel. Yeah, feel alright. New South Wales is larger than life. More than a taste, more than the sights. New South Wales is larger than life. Come on and know what you see, it makes you feel alright. New South Wales is larger than life. Come on and be where you feel alright. New South Wales is, whoa, New South Wales is, New South Wales is larger than life.
Television's best hour of laughs, 10's Comedy Hour, is next.
Talk about a grand final replay today. That's just what's happened with our State Bank man of the match, as you did on grand final day, Gary Belcher. You like these Tigers, don't you?
I don't mind playing against them. It's not very hard to get motivated because they are a very good side, and Gary, Jack and I have had some running duels over the years. I was pretty happy with the way the team went today.
A game with plenty of feeling.
Yeah, it was always going to be tough for both teams backing up, and of course we had more players, but I think it evened itself out in the forward pack, and we seemed to get on top as the game went on, and of course once you get on top with a lot of tired guys in the pack, Balmain seemed to tire a little bit more than we did.
Well, well done again today. $1,000 from the State Bank straight into a State One account.
Thanks, mate. Thanks to the State Bank and Channel 10. Of course, I suppose it's Mother's Day, so my mum and happy Mother's Day.
Well done.
8 players backing up from State of Origin. You fellas backing up pretty well. Does it get easier as you get older?
No, mate, definitely not at my age. A little bit tough today, but I'm glad we got through the game and got the 2 points.
You must start to feel as if you have the wood on Balmain.
and you know, I try not to let myself down.
Just a special reminder, what Sandy and Steve are wearing tonight is part of the brand new uniform of the Eastern Suburbs Rugby League.
Ettinghausen's linked up in the Elias. Golden opportunity for the Blues. It's come back for Watford. Watford beat the Langer, but finally pulled out from the pass. Amazing there. Try! What a great New South Wales try!
Hope you'll join us tonight after the movie for Late Night League. Okay, Rex, let's have a look at the full results.
Brisbane 9, Manly, Norths, Illawarra, St George and Parramatta all on 8, Newcastle 7, Wests and Eastern Suburbs on 5 and South Sydney and Gold Coast on 2 points. Next weekend's matches, the Gold Coast against Western Suburbs, Balmain clash with St George, Easts against North Sydney, South Sydney against Parramatta, Illawarra against Newcastle. Then comes the exciting Friday night, Nissan Friday night double header in which we see Brisbane and Cronulla from Lang Park at 7:30pm and at 9:30pm from Western Australia, Manly against Canberra. So there's 2 great football matches for you on Friday night. And then the State Bank big game on Sunday at 6pm, Penrith against Canterbury Bankstown. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the football. The Canberra side certainly looked the goods today, didn't they? There's just wondering at the moment who is going to beat them. Well, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the telecast. To all the mothers out there, once again, a happy Mother's Day to all of you, and I hope you've had a lovely time. On behalf of the Channel 10 crew, this is Rex Mossop wishing you all a very good night.
Sullivan gets it away from Belcher. Belcher from 10 metres out. Gave it to Laurie Daly. That's a try. Grant's made the mistake. Ferguson. Daly kicks ahead. Chica Ferguson's there. Dives. That's a try. That's a try to the Raiders.
Meninga. Straight over the top of McCann. Daly. Away from side. Great ball. They won't catch Bell. That's it. The game's gone. Balmain are out of this one.
Tonight's big game was proudly brought to you by the State Bank.
8:30 on 10's Monday Night Comedy.
You gotta get their friendship, get their confidence, get their trust, then get their